Toxic masculinity, what does that even truly means? And when you're saying that a man cannot be a nurturing person, is that fair? And in the manifestations, the concepts of masculine being doing anything and taking the charge, so does the feminine energy do nothing and sitting back on the porch just drinking lemonades? I don't think that is fair. And in this video, I plan to talk about how does I view masculinity, blending Chinese astrology knowledge and all the knowledge and experience that I have gained upon my journey to manifestations. So welcome. If you're new here, I'm Catherine, a pharmacist co-operator. Yes, I'm a licensed pharmacist and also co-operator. But aside from that, I'm also a party coach and party reader. Yeah, so if you have known Chinese astrology a bit, then you would know that essentially whether it's party, it's feng shui, it's shimen, all of that is based on the principles of I Ching and the principles of Taoism, the yin and the yang. And in this video, I will specifically talk about masculine energy only and how to manifest in that masculine energy, or especially if you are in the full-blown masculine energy in your body chart. So I actually plan to make this one sequence video, but I thought that it's too long and you might get confused in the middle. So I decided to separate this into videos so to make it easier for me to give you every knowledge, everything that I can explain to you, especially in this masculine energy. Okay, so what is masculine energy? When everyone talks about masculine energy, it's about doing, taking action and all of that. I would say that it's not fair, because what if you are taking action recklessly? What if you are robbing someone out there? What if you are taking action, killing people? I mean, that is taking action, right? But it's not taking action with responsibility. And that is what I meant to emphasize here, because in Chinese astrology, masculinity is the yang energy, and some of the keywords are light, positive, happy, bright color, the white heart in that Taoism logo, and cheerful and active. Now, all of that is quite kind of raw of masculine, the yang concept, because it's all just a keyword. Because in the traditional aspect, even until now, they don't really want expand these yin and yang concepts quite well. So in this video, I'm trying to do that, to explain this in a good concept, and also to give you like a real life example of how this should feel like and manifest like in the 3D world, right? Okay, so I would say masculine energy is represented by 3 words: leading with responsibility, or doing with responsibility. Yes, so they are the active one. They like to dominate things. They like to taking charge, taking initiative, taking actions, but with responsibility. Okay. And now that's essentially the good thing, right? Because with every manifestation, action is the most important part. Because if you are just sitting down and meditating, or sitting down affirming and you do nothing, of course it will be a sort of delayed manifestation, or it might not come at all. Depends on what you're manifesting, of course, right? And manifesting is a big thing in the manifestation community, but no one actually talks about this action thing pretty good. I would say sometimes people just completely disregard the action thing, or they took the action thing as kind of the side dishes, something like not quite important, or they would say just keep taking action, don't give up, keep taking action. And I would say all of that is not representing this masculine energy at all, right? Now, so taking action with responsibility, leading with responsibility, what does that mean? Now, there is one leadership coach that I've talked to. Yes, he is a pharmacist too, and I will give credit to him. He talks about being in leadership is about taking responsibility with yourself first. So he essentially emphasize every leadership, every action taking is to be responsible with yourself first, and then the others. Meaning it has to go both ways, being responsible to yourself, being responsible to others. And one of the things that the Western astrology and the Chinese astrology, in some of the keywords that I've mentioned, they intersect at a few points, like the positive part or the active part, something like that. And yes, masculine energy is about our interaction with the work we do, right? So instead of interacting with people, which is essentially the emotions, the feelings, the masculine energy interacts with work, with the logic, with the objective part of the things, how things should work, the procedures, the systems, the logic of it. One of them, the progress, performance. Just quite the logical structure part of things in this world, in this life. So that's essentially it. And let's take a look at toxic masculinity, because toxic masculinity is what we often talk about when people, especially men, of course, that has a full-blown masculine energy in their chart. Like full-blown is there is absolutely no feminine energy in that chart, or just a little bit, but still the masculine energy is dominating the feminine, right? So essentially it means that usually people with a man with full-blown masculine energy, especially they usually tend to abuse authority. They tend to abuse power. They tend to have high expectations on people, meaning if someone working with them and they told them, I want you to do ABC, and they say it on one hand, and they expect that person to immediately understand that and immediately do this ABC thing with 100% accuracy, no fault at all. That's what I call they have the two high expectations of people that leads to the two former things, which is abuse of authority and abuse of power. Because we have seen that in some people, we've seen that in the workplaces, when people are just neglecting others' feelings, and when something is not going right, they tend to disregard their responsibility and push it to others. That is what usually represents if someone has too much masculinity energy in their chart. And also the most important thing is when you are in the healthy balance of masculine energy, or if you're aware of your masculine energy, you will usually having the responsibility, keep studying, keep being humble, and double check the facts, double check all the things that come in within work, because that is part of the responsibility, which is to check things. And people sometimes that have too much masculine energy and they didn't realize it, they fall on the negative side, and that's that one of the examples. And they also usually, these people in the toxic masculinity energy, they usually tends to be tricked easily, meaning because they have high expectations in people. So when someone they think they can trust, give them these stories that might not be true, give them these gossips that might not be true, they don't offer check it, and they just basically they just trust people easily and let them do anything they want. And we usually call this as bootlicking bosses. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the term, bootlicking bosses, or the as leaking boss. I forgot. Okay, but that's the term if someone has too much toxic masculine energy and they forgot, or they didn't aware of it. Okay, now the tricks to manifest with this masculine energy is based on these two words, and I've said that just now. Is first to keep being humble, keep being grounded. I've told this to all my clients, no matter if they're a man or a woman, but if both gender has too much masculine energy, usually they tend to, have this tendency. And I will usually keep telling them that to keep grounded, or to keep being humble, grounding, because no matter what, the only one that you can count on is yourself, always. And having high expectations of people I'm sorry, being blunt, are no use in these modern days. Because we know in these modern days, people tend to change. That's the truth. Okay. That's the first thing, being humble. And second thing is, don't be lazy. Don't be lazy, meaning like it's not like you are slacking off or doing anything bad, but don't be lazy means keep checking on the work or yourself, of course. First and foremost, keep checking on yourself, and then keep double checking the things that you have worked on as especially with people, double check the facts, for example, or double check your contracts, your partnerships, anything around that, because sometimes with too much masculine energy, because they have high expectations in people, have high expectations in the environment around them, they forgot that maybe the information that came to them is not quite complete, that sort of stuff, or it's not like as people want them to interpret, that sort of stuff. Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna say no more, but yeah, first is be humble, and second is study more, keep learning, that sort of energy. Okay, so that's that. So it doesn't mean that being in masculine energy, especially in manifestation, is always a bad thing, and it's not always about keep doing when you don't even check the things or when you don't even realize that you already felt that this logically doesn't sound right? Yeah, so that's that. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and see you soon on part 2, the feminine one.